Hi, everybody. Roger Levin here with your Saturday Specialist Referral Marketing Pearl of the Week. Our topic in this pearl is going to be the topic of branding. But let me explain to you that over time, as we work together each Saturday, I'm going to be bringing different angles on these topics to you. One, to make sure you understand. Two, to introduce other parts of the topic. And three, to make sure it gets implemented properly. My goal in these videos is to educate you, but also to give you practical ideas and strategies that you can use. So what is branding? You know, I have taken numerous courses in branding, read several textbooks, hundreds of articles, and the truth is that I'm not sure anybody has the perfect definition of branding. So I went out and made up my own. Branding is what you want to be known for. And I find that as specialists are calling us, and we're getting a lot of calls these days because specialists are forward thinking. They understand that referrals are what will make or break their practice. It's great when you have a singular focus because you can really attack that. And the calls I'm getting, sometimes I'm asking them, well, what is your brand? And a lot of times I don't get an answer. I get silence because branding is what you're known for, and many specialists have not thought about their brand. If you don't think about your brand will think about you. If you're an oral surgeon, your brand is oral surgeon. If you're an orthodontist, your brand is orthodontist. If you're an endodontist, your brand is root canal. And I'm not joking, it might be causing pain because that's how root canals are seen. Same for pediatric dentistry, prosthodontics, periodontics. You'll be known for your specialty. But is that a brand? No, I don't think so. That makes you vanilla. That makes you one of everybody else. So what you need to do is think through a branding exercise. There are a lot of ways to find out what you're known for. First, you could ask your referring doctors. When you think of our practice, what comes to mind? Second, you could make it up yourself. Steve Jobs, who I have a lot of respect for, I've read extensively about, who built Apple, had a contrary philosophy to what you often hear in business school. In business school, you do research and you ask questions and you interview and you do focus groups to find out what your market wants. Steve Jobs had a totally different opinion. He said, I will tell the market what it wants. If does the market want an iPhone? If you'd gone out there and asked, most people would have said no because they had no idea what it really was. Lee Iacocca, if you don't know that name, he was the CEO that turned Chrysler around the first time, had a phenomenal story. Because one of his big wins, super wins to bring Chrysler back, was he invented with Chrysler the minivan. But what he did is he called in three engineers, his top three engineers, right after he took over, and he said, what do people want? And they went out and they did a ton of research, and nobody came back and said, I want a minivan. Because nobody had thought about it. And when he first proposed it, people thought it was a terrible idea, and yet look what happened. It became one of the best sellers in American history. And the reason was, Iacocca said, this is what the market wants. Let me give it to them and educate them about why they want it. Well, you need to do the same thing with your referring doctors. You need to decide what your brand is and then educate them about it. And if your brand is excellence, is five-star customer service, is convenience, is friendliness, whatever your brand's going to be, you need to keep telling your referring doctors and their team. You tell them when your PRC, your professional relations coordinator, that person we created starting in 1985 to carry out your referral marketing program, visits an office, she always mentions the brand. When you have written communication, somewhere in there is the brand. When you have conversations, you reiterate somewhere the brand. You don't say, let me tell you my brand for the 100th time. But if your brand is service, then you say, and as always, we will provide five-star customer service to your patients, or we will make it as convenient as possible for your patients, or we take every insurance offered in the area so that any of your patients can come to us. What is your brand? Now, you might be thinking, I'm a specialist. My brand is going to be excellent care. The problem is that's everybody's brand. I'm not sure, unless you've got all kinds of academic papers and presentations and you're a national, international guru of some sort, which, by the way, sometimes you spend more time out of your office, which hurts your referrals. But I'm not sure that just plain excellence, which everybody wants to be known for, is not another version of a vanilla brand. So let's be very clear. You need a brand that will allow you to differentiate your practice from everyone else. And then in your marketing strategies, where you have to have enough quantity to get the attention that you need to increase referrals, and quantity is a discussion we'll have in another video over and over. Bottom line is, whenever you have marketing, you try where you can to incorporate the brand. Now, if you're raffling off a gift basket, you don't have to put the brand on the card for the winner, but in many, many of your strategies, look for the opportunity. It's called driving your brand. The more you repeat it, the more you tell people, the more they're going to understand it. As always, I wish you specialty practice success and increased practice referrals.